Hello everyone, this is Sonnet. I wanted to stop by today to say hello and check in with you, to talk a little bit about the energies that we are currently navigating through and what's to come. We actually started a shift end of June, beginning of July of this year, and believe it or not, it's going to go through end of June, beginning of July of 2023. So we are on a year-long stretch of rapid and intense shifting and change. So there's a lot of that going on. I've also finally found a place. I've moved in, and although I am enjoying it, I'm also taking it a day at a time because I know that this is temporary, and I went from the woods to the desert. So it's a bit of a change. And although every place is beautiful, every place on the grid, on the planet, does have a collective energy of its own. So sometimes it does take a little bit of time to acclimate to the new energy. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you so much to those of you that participated in answering the questions that I posted on Instagram a little while back. It was just a couple questions, but I received a lot of really good feedback, and it's very helpful because it helps to see where you guys are at and what it is that you want to know more of. I know there's a lot of newly awakened twins, and so many of you want to know more about same-sex unions, the separation stages, the runner-chaser dynamic, and also higher level things like the shadow work and the telepathy, or what if our twin is in spirit? How does that work? Or what if one of the twins passes on? Where does the energy go? And what happens to the twin that was left behind? So there's a lot of really interesting things that came up. So what I went ahead and did is I answered some of these questions on a few other videos. I just have to sort them out, so be on the lookout for new uploads real soon. But anyway, you guys, I hope you're doing well. The energies have been quite interesting. Like I said, there's been a lot of change and a lot of shifting taking place. And the reason why this is a significant time right now, and I'm not sure if I've talked about this already or not, but 2022 marks the 10-year cycle of 2012. So we are transitioning through a cosmic cycle right now in our consciousness. And so 2012 was a very significant year because that is when we collectively took the quantum leap to higher levels of consciousness, and we had massive awakenings happen on a collective scale. So a lot of people met their twins, their soulmates. A lot of things came to a close. New things started up. And so 10 years later, as we transition through this cycle, a lot of things are coming to a close again now. New things are beginning. And so there's a lot of collapsing of timelines. Now, for those of you that do not know what collapsing timelines means, essentially, karma is a timeline, and it could be an experience. It could also be something karmic that is on loop, and it's just looping over and over again. It's karma that has been unresolved, and it's just cycling through. So you could say it is residual karma that is just looping, right? And so these things are coming up to be collapsed because change needs to happen. And change is important because anytime we heal one thing, it creates a ripple effect that changes other aspects in other areas of our lives, right? And that change is what allows us to create and to manifest. And so we need to get to creating and manifesting what we came here to do, what the soul came here to accomplish. And so a lot of these timelines are collapsing through. So many of you have been experiencing some sort of physical shift. It could be maybe you started a new job. Maybe you moved to a different place, as myself. Or maybe you are meeting someone new or letting go of someone old. But so many of you will be moved towards a new timeline for a new beginning, a new trajectory. And many of you will be brought back to 10 years ago to resolve the karma that wasn't resolved 10 years ago. So for those of you that met your twins 2012, 2013, or 2014 even, pay attention to what the universe is actually showing you, because a lot of these things are coming back full circle to be resolved and to be collapsed. I myself, you guys, have been brought back to 2012, where it all started. And a lot of the things that I went through back then are coming back up again. It's deja vu again. And so I didn't have the maturity and the energy that it took to heal a lot of this karma from 10 years ago. And interestingly, all of those things are coming back up the exact same way. But, 10 years later, after all of the shadow work and the inner work and the ascension, I do now have the maturity and the tools to resolve a lot of this karmic stuff that came up for me, and get it done and get on with it, and that's the purpose, is to get on with it. So like I said, pay attention to what is coming up, you guys, even if it's an internal shift or something internally within yourself that is coming up. Pay attention to that, because some of these internal energy shifts are the most significant, believe it or not, right? Because it begins on the inside. So yeah, pay attention to that. It's a very, very interesting time, and it's very exciting because, it's like having that opportunity to heal a lot of these things and then beginning something new. But anyway, also, communication has not been the best right now. There's been a lot of miscommunication, misinterpretation, misunderstandings, and, people have not been able to see eye to eye most of the time. There's been a lot of conflict, especially in people that are in 3D, as we say. They seem to just be getting more logical and more stubborn. And so we just have to remain calm, right? But communication-wise, this has been one of the worst times for communication. So if you want to say something important, or if you want to express yourself with your twin, or, a soulmate, or somebody that is important to you, it's best to hold off until the 3rd week in October, or a couple weeks from now, because the time will be a lot better to do so. The energy will be a lot more clear, because if you do it now, you're just risking, some misunderstanding, right? And when do things not get misunderstood through text or email, right? All the time. But all the more it could be more severe right now if you do that. So just keep that in mind. Also, you guys, when it comes to relationships and connection and affection, the nurturing, the love, the desire, the passion, that energy is a little bit flat right now too. So even with our self-love, right? So if you're finding it hard to get up out of bed in the morning, or if you feel like the days have been a drag, if you are just feeling bored with life or with work, with your routine, with being home, or being bored of people, that's a big one, right? So if you are feeling this way, I know that it can be a drag, but it's so important to stay grounded right now, because a lot of the times feeling this way can feel like depression. And so a lot of the time it's not anything in the brain. It's the energies that we are currently transitioning through. Now, if you feel like there is something genuinely wrong, then definitely, speak to your doctor. But a lot of it is the energies. I myself go through these waves of, feeling the depression, and I am later than shown that it's just the energies and it passes. But yes, we are going to be going through a little bit of just flatness in the energy through December, through the end of December. I know the holidays are coming up, but try your best to stay grounded. And I've always said this before, the best remedy for feeling out of place and out of balance is grounding and meditation. Anything that is therapeutic for you, do it right now. It is so important. It's all about self-care, whatever that looks like for you, baths or sound baths, getting massages, going in for some Reiki if that makes you feel better, going out for a walk, for a hike, taking a walk at night under the stars, anything that soothes your soul, whatever that is for you. One of the things that is really good is breath work, you guys. That is so good, because breathing the right way, or doing pranayama, literally changes the energy in your body. It helps to align your chakras, and the energy flows through the way it should, and so you're able to tune in more into your heart, and so you align with yourself a lot more just by breathing the way you're supposed to. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. Or I can make another video about that if you'd like. But doing anything that is going to help you ground is so important right now, because like I said, I know the holidays are coming up, but it seems like the energy is going to be a bit lethargic. So try your best to find a way to allow you to stay motivated and to stay calm. A lot of you are doing really good. You've done a lot of inner work, and so some of these things don't even bother you anymore. But there are people, most people still do get affected by these energies. So wherever you are at on your journey, it's important to just stay grounded right now, you guys, because our twins are going through a lot. We are going through a lot, right? Internally, there's just a lot of shifting taking place. And so if you have a twin that has been stubborn, or they've been running, or there's been a lot of back and forth, take it easy, because they are definitely, I'm telling you, definitely going through so much at the moment. These few months coming up are crucial for internal shifting and awakenings. So anyway, that's all that I have for today, you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. This is your channel, so feel free to leave your comment. I know that a lot of you are anonymous, because this is a very serious journey. So if you don't want to leave a comment, as usual, feel free to email me, or if you would like a session, if you need help or guidance on your journey, feel free to reach me at sonnet1117@gmail.com. Okay, so hang in there, stay safe, and I love y'all so much. And until next time, bye everybody.